Oh man, before we can even talk about the season premiere of American Ninja Warrior Season 11, we gotta talk about all these new rules because there's a lot of them, y'all. I don't know if you noticed. If I talked about them in addition to reviewing the LA qualifiers, that video is going to be like forever long. So I'm going to do it in a separate video right here. Hello everyone, my name is William from 222 Productions, and I'm here to talk to you about the American Ninja Warrior Season 11 new rules changes in approximately, I guess, 20 minutes or less? I don't know. I don't know if I really need 20 minutes to do this, but oh well, start now. Alright, so just quick recap, we got 6 regions this year: LA, Atlanta, Oklahoma City, Baltimore, Seattle, Tacoma, and Cincinnati. Now, two things about those regions that I just want to point out. Number one, I was at Baltimore this year. I was in the audience. You're not going to see me that much because I was actually behind the camera. I got exclusive. I got a special pass to see. I guess to be backstage of the taping. So you're not going to see me on camera that much, if at all. So don't bother looking for me. But I was at the taping, so I got to talk about that after those episodes air. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil. But the other significant thing is that the Seattle/Tacoma region is in the Tacoma Dome, which means it was indoors and filmed during the day, not at night. So this is the first time A&W was indoors. They didn't have to worry about weather at all, which apparently outside of Baltimore affected all the regionals that were outside. So, oh boy. But yeah, so I'm interested to see what the Seattle-Tacoma regional looks like indoors and if it was considered a success. I'm all in favor of them doing indoors if it means you can film during the day and you don't gotta worry about the rain, like apparently they have to do a lot these past few years. But as far as rules changes, first things first, new walk-on rules. No longer people are required to sit in line for like a month or longer. It's now, you show up at this date, at this time, you put your name into a lottery, and they'll draw 20 names from the jar. The first person picked will be the first walk-on to run, so that the order you picked is the order that you run. You are not guaranteed to run in the show. I believe the first 10 are, but 11 through 20, we'll see how the night goes, basically. I like this. I think it's kind of silly that people have had to spend so much time in the walk-on line these days. And so I'm all for this. I did see one thing that was interesting, kind of following the behind the scenes, is that the amount of people applying for the lottery grew each regional that they went to. And I did see some people kind of like complain and say something along the lines of like only people who had applied should be in the walk-on line, should be allowed to be on the walk-on lottery. And I say no, it should be open to everyone because that's how it works. You know, the only reason, yeah, just I think that's a silly recommendation. It should be open to everyone, regardless of skill or ability. And if you don't like it, then quite frankly, make a better application that will actually result in you getting picked. That's how I see it. Is that like if you don't like the way the walk-on way is run, then make a better application. Because this is a TV show, you should know what they want by now. So yeah, I'm in full support of how they did the walk-on this year. We got new rules for the Mega Wall this year. The way Mega Wall is back, but this time you get 3 tries on the Mega Wall. But the catch is, there's 2 catches actually. Catch is the money halves every attempt you try, and you are committed to the Mega Wall. So if you fail to complete the Mega Wall, you fail the course. Once again, this is only for regionals, for regional qualifiers, I should say. 10,000, 5,000, 250,000, 2,500, I should say. 250,000 is a very different number. But so, yeah, I'm not sure how I fully feel about this rule yet, just because, like, Honestly, I think we're going to see less money get given out this year compared to last year. Last year, they gave out 60 grand. I think we're going to see less money given out this year. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot less people attempt it, and we're going to see even less success on the Mega Wall this year. So I'm not sure I'm fully in favor of the new Mega Wall rules. I'm really not. The other thing is, I think we're also going to see less attempts of it because of the new Power Tower. Basically, the way the Power Tower works is that in both the regional finals and the regional qualifiers, I said that backwards, but whatever, the two people who take first and second place for the night will compete on the Power Tower. It is a side-by-side vertical course, and they compete. And you get prizes. There are prizes at the end of each Power Tower, depending on which night you compete on. So I like this, and I like the Power Tower. So I got to see the Power Tower in person both nights. Obviously, I can't tell you who won. I can tell you that it's different for both nights. If you look at the preview footage, you can see there's two versions of the Power Tower. One's for qualifiers, one's for finals. The finals version is definitely the harder of the two. I can tell you that I like the idea that they have something that will encourage people to be faster in the regionals. Because that's one of my biggest complaints, is that in regionals, you see people taking their time, they're being slow, they're resting, they want to go through the course. I'm like, the course takes too long. The regionals take too long. Have people go faster. And if this encourages people to go faster, that's fine. Now let's talk about the prize for regional qualifiers for the Power Tower. If you win the Power Tower in the regional qualifiers, you get what is known as the Speed Pass, which essentially sends you straight to Vegas. So 6 people in the qualifier round will qualify for Vegas. They will fast track to Vegas. Now, it's important to point out they are still allowed to compete in the regional finals course. So essentially, it works as like an immunity idol from Survivor or something like that. So basically, you're safe. Doesn't matter how poor you do, you move on still, because you can still compete for the second Power Tower prize, even if you have the Speed Pass. I think one of the interesting things, before we get to what that prize is, one of the other interesting rules for the finals is that there are less people who are guaranteed to move on. So once again, they're doing top 5 women for qualifiers, like just like they've been doing, but they're actually changing the rules a little bit for finals. Instead of having 15, 16, or 17 people move on, they're only going to have 13, 14, or 15 people move on. So it's going to be the Safety Pass winner and then a top 12. And if less than 2 women are in the top 12, then they'll take the top 2 women. So that's why I say 13, 14, and 15. I don't like this. Anyone who knows me knows that I don't like this, because that means we're still getting less than 100 people in Vegas. I want to see wild cards. There needs to be wild cards. That is the one thing that I demand, is that there are 100 people in Vegas. There are exactly 100 people in Vegas. It's like the one thing from Sasuke that I want to continue in A&W. It's like the only thing I ask from them. I don't ask a lot from A&W in terms of like keeping things the same as Sasuke. That's the one thing, is that I just really like the whole 100 people taking on Midoriyama. I think that it'd be really nice if they kept that. But, I mean, so many seasons didn't have that at this point, so it's like, oh, man. But, whatever. Anyway, so the prize for the regional finals, and this is a big one, and it's probably going to cause a lot of debate. It's already been announced online, so I'm not spoiling anything, if you've only been watching the TV show. But if you win the regional finals version of the Power Tower, you get the Safety Pass. And the Safety Pass dictates that if you fail Stage 1 or Stage 2, you get 1 free redo, which is big. And I remember on A&W Nation, Nikki, who I love and respect very much. Hey, Nikki, if you're watching. I don't know if you're watching. We talked briefly in Baltimore. I do mean brief. Very brief. She when she was writing about the safety pass, she wrote something that was like on the lines of, now I know some Ninja Warrior fans don't like change or like tradition, and I'm just like, oh really? Old Ninja Warrior fans like to complain about the changes A&W makes. You don't say. Okay, so here's the thing. I have no problem with the speed pass. It's whatever. It's qualifiers. I don't care about rules for qualifiers. If they make any changes to that stuff outside of, the top 15 stuff. But if they want to do a fast pass to Vegas, that's fine. I don't care. That's good. I don't like the safety pass. And not for the reasons that you might think. Like, yeah, it changes like the whole essence of the show. And yeah, it is only 6 people. But I think for me, part of the issue is that the main issue I have with the safety pass is that it feels like they're treating a symptom, but not the disease. So the symptom is we only got 2 or 3 people in stage 3 the past 3 years. But the disease, which they're not really treating, is that stage 2 is just too hard. It's too overpowered. It's too difficult. It's overpowered. It's too hard. It's just too hard. They overdo it. For the past 3 years, they've made stage 2 too hard. And for A&W 8, it's like, fine, whatever, But like with 9 and 10's the worst. 10's the worst. Because it's like they didn't change. They didn't change Wingnut Alley. That's in any meaningful way. They did change it. But they didn't change Wingnut Alley in any meaningful way. And that's what annoyed me so much. And they added even harder obstacles with Deja Vu and the water walls. It's just like, stop it. It doesn't need to be this difficult. It doesn't need to be so upper body oriented. You have stage 3 for that. And I feel like I would not be surprised if we get to Vegas, because they haven't filmed them yet. So we have no idea what the course looks like right now. And then, I would not be surprised if we get to stage 2 for Vegas this year, and it's still the same crap. And so that's what I'm afraid of. That's why I don't like the safety pass, because it just feels like it's giving them an excuse to still make stage 2 the same difficulty. I like to be proven wrong. Like, make it easy. It'd be funny if all 6 safety pass winners make it to stage 3 without failing stage 2 or stage 1 once. Basically making the entire thing pointless. It'd be funny. It'd be funny. I doubt it's going to happen, because the odds of that happening are these days are pretty low. The record for stage 2 clears in A&W is 7 in Vegas specifically. So I doubt we're going to see 6 all 6 safety pass winners do that on its own, but it's going to be weird. I'm genuinely, I have a feeling most people don't know about the safety pass yet because it's only really been announced in A&W Nation, I believe. I'm genuinely curious to see what the reaction, by the time we get to the A&W finals, LA finals, I should say, I'm genuinely curious to see what the reaction is going to be from the general audience in regards to the safety pass, and if they like the change or not. But we'll have to wait and see. Personally, I would love it if a rookie won any of the power towers. I don't know if that's going to happen. That was my thought when I first found out about the power tower. I don't know. I can't say who won in Baltimore. But how cool would that be if a rookie won at the power tower? That'd be cool. I think the one thing that I think is nice about the power tower is that it forces A&W to show first and second place the runs of those 2 people, especially the winner of the power tower. Because, like, in the past, they've kind of, they've skipped people who've taken first place. Anthony DeFranco, I remember, what was it, AW 9. He took first place in his regional. I think it was Cleveland. I could be wrong. But, like, they fast forward him in the A&W qualifiers, and it's like, in the regional qualifiers, and it's like, why? But now they have to. Now they're forced to because because the Power Tower. So, yeah. All right. So, hey, let me know what you think about these new changes in the comments. There's a lot of rules changes. A lot of rules changes going on here. There's so many rules changes. I can't hold all these rule changes. There's so much. So let me know what you think. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you next time when I review the LA qualifiers of American Ninja Warrior Season 11. It's finally here. I can't wait to talk about it. But until then, I'll see you later.